All right. All right, guys. So we are here today. Let me look at the market right now. All right. So GameStop still sitting at 27s. AMC still sitting at 470s. The SPY itself sitting at 525. SPY still very strong. Looks like yesterday was kind of flat though. No, little gap down in pre-market. Let me see. Yeah, a little gap down in pre-market, but then we moved up at the end of the day. So kind of a flat. Here's GameStop. Here's AMC. Today we have the Jolts report going live at 10 a.m. That's probably the biggest report today. Yeah, I'm looking at GameStop. GameStop dropped, and then the weird thing is that it's halting over and over again. I get it, the 7% move, but yeah, I think that's hurting it. Burke, yeah, that probably wasn't a real dip for Burke. Like, I don't think you could have called it. You know? Like, you can look at the regular common stock to see what it should have done. Like, look at the Class B shares. You'll see what it dipped a little bit, but it didn't. It didn't drop like a lot of people think it did. All right, so the Jolts report goes live at 10 a.m. today. So expectations are for the Jolts 8.4 million. The big question is, what does the market want? Higher or lower jobs? More or less jobs, I should say. What's up, Beach? All right. Nvidia down to 1140s, but it's not bad. Yeah, let's talk about the stock market news today. Today, 6/4/2024. All right, let's have AI build me. Is AI down? Is ChatGPT down? No. Okay. Weird. Let me try. Yeah, so ChatGPT seems to be down on my end. I don't know if it's going up this week. True, maybe, man. I'm not sure. What's up, Sam? What's up, Pawn? Smokey. Leaky Roof. Sorry to hear. Motivational. What's up, dude? Kevin. Dippin' Burke. Joseph. JP. Jonathan. Justin. Cash. Olay. Big. Jeanette. Ali. Radical. What's up, team? Yeah. AI is looking like this. Like GPT looks like it's down. I was gonna use it to query some news today, but it looks like it's down. So I'm not sure what to do, I guess. Yeah, so it says GPT is unavailable for some users as of today. Been trying to figure it out for the last hour and a half, so it is down. Honestly, I'm becoming so reliant on it. Now we're gonna have to use Twitter for our news instead. Alright, let me put on some music here, Chad. Hold on. Yeah, so I saw Apex extended the lifetime pass, didn't they? Or Apex extended the 250,000. Yeah, so again, they're extending it until June 11th, is what they said. Yeah, so basically Rhythmic is being weird with data, so they're extending the sale until June 11th. So that's cool. I like that. I'm for that. That's, you know, they're extending it another week, basically. And the 85 lifetime PA fee as well, which is nice. Rolling Stones. Nice, Ricky. Volume low. What's up, Yair? My volume or stock volume? Market volume. Nvidia's starting to bounce back, though. Look at Nvidia. So there's the SPY down to 525s. AMC's mostly flat. Here's Nvidia in the middle. Nvidia's starting to fight back, but it's mostly flat. Yeah, I don't know about Jolts, man. My voice volume is low? Is it really? It shouldn't be. Let me try my with. I should have some Rhythmic accounts. I want to see if they let me use it. Yeah, I have X. Bro, this whole Caitlin Clark thing, like, listen, I'm an Angel Reese fan, but obviously a lot of people are tuning in because of Caitlin Clark, and I don't think they shouldn't be mad at Caitlin Clark for that. I really don't think they should. I'm okay with her getting kind of knocked around in the WNBA by some of the more physical players. I think that's how it goes, but I feel like they're like jealous and getting kind of weird about it. And again, I'm an Angel Reese fan more than Caitlin Clark, but people are tuning in for Caitlin Clark because she's making people watch the WNBA when people really haven't been, And I feel like they're judging her a little bit more, but it is what it is. I don't know. What's Angel Reese's record? Let me see. I don't even know WNBA, dude. I just kind of see the drama. Stats. Let's see the stats. I don't even know how to interpret. I know baseball. So I know ERA, ERA plus. I know, I know WAR, wins above replacement. Like I know a lot of these baseball stats. I don't know basketball stats at all. Rebounds. She's averaging 10.6 points a game. No 3-point percentage. Field goal percentage is 35-3. Yeah, I don't know anything about these stats. But it looks like Caitlin Clark's a more valuable player, unfortunately, than Angel Reese. And I'm an LSU fan. I want, but I don't know. No, you're not on the... I said hey to you, Yair. What's up, dude? Yeah, you're not on that. You're not on the ignore list. I said hey to you. People are saying my volume sounds low. E-Trade supposed threats to remove Kitty from their platform was a surprise. I hope they put out... I don't even know people who still use E-Trade anymore, bro. Volume is good. I didn't even know people still use E-Trade anymore. I mean, I did Yair, but it's okay. Like, I said hey to everybody. I went through the whole list, and I definitely said your name, but it's all right. Would buying GameStop now be a stupid risk? I don't know about right here. I think the risk is medium here. I don't know. I think it's down a lot from where it was yesterday, and so I think the risk is medium. You know, it's kind of where it was prior to all this stuff. Like, it squeezed up to 50, it dropped down to 27.50. I don't know. The question that you have to ask yourself for this would be, like, can Roaring Kitty pull another rabbit out of his hat? You know, like, how many times can he do what he's been doing, right? Which is, how many catalysts can GameStop have to squeeze up is the question. And I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Yair, you're not on the ignore list. Neither are you, Jay. There are some people I certainly ignore, mostly just because, like, I've told Pawn about it, where if somebody just turns toxic, again, I started doing this because I had people who I knew were, they would talk smack to me on one account, and then they would switch to another one and then criticize my response to the smack talk on their other account, right? So they were playing both sides, just trying to rile me up. They got to have no life to do this. Like, they've got to just be sitting at home and just, like, really be struggling. But yeah, those type of people, I just kind of, I don't ban them. I just don't really respond to them very much, because it's just not worth it. It's just kind of more drama, you know. But none of y'all are on it. Y'all are good, you know. I bought Nvidia at 1150s. WSB told me Nvidia's going to 2000. AMC's down, though. It's at 466. Yeah, today the big day is the Jolts report. The Jolts report today is probably the biggest catalyst of the last few days. It's definitely bigger than most of the data that came out yesterday, specifically PMI data came out yesterday. Jolts is more important than that. It drops at 10 a.m. Expectations are 8.4 million. That's a big release. It's going to be influential over markets. Tomorrow we have non-farm employment change. So the prelim payroll data is what this is at 8:15 early tomorrow morning. We also have ISM services PMI at 10 a.m. We got flash services PMI at 9:45. Thursday we got jobless claims. Friday we have payroll numbers and unemployment data. So we're going to get a good look at the economy on Friday, specifically in regards to payroll data, in regards to unemployment data. That'll give us a good look at what the economy, you know, is doing, how it looks, like all that good stuff. And yeah, we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. So Chat GPT is down, but you can still use like Bing AI. Okay, so the Jolts job report. Somebody's asking me, hey John, can you explain the Jolts report? It's a report by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which is abbreviated to the BLS. It provides data on job openings, hires, and separations in the economy. It covers specifically job openings is the main thing. It's the number of available job positions that employers are actively seeking to fill. Basically, new jobs that are opening up that people can apply for. That's what job openings means, and that's what the report shows. That's the number. That's the big report. It also shows the number of employees newly hired during a specific period, as well as separations, which includes voluntary quits, layoffs, and other reasons for leaving employment. It's released monthly, typically a month after the regular jobs report for the same reference period. Yeah, so you know, the last report showed 8.5 million in March, job openings rate of 5.1%. And it's just an interesting report because it'll show us what the economy and jobs look like. So, yeah. Never ever buy or sell because someone else tells you to. Yeah, dude. Honestly, some of my worst trades and some of my best trades were trades where everybody was yelling at me not to take it. And some of my worst trades were trades where people were like, yeah, take this trade now. And so it's kind of a rule here, like, don't tell anybody to buy or sell anything. If I'm in a trade, don't tell me, oh, get out, or buy this. Like, that'll get you banned pretty fast. Just because it's not helpful. You know, it's just not helpful. Bro, if anybody thinks this elephant is really painting, y'all are crazy. This is the fakest elephant painting video I've ever seen in my life. Okay? People are like, look, the elephant can paint. No, he can't. It's not true. It's not real. There's no way this is real. Like, if you believe this, I got a timeshare to sell you, okay? Obviously not real. Okay. Maybe they are real. GameStop looking good. Nvidia. Yeah, I'm in Nvidia right now. The elephant video totally got me. Yeah, I mean, some of these are real, some of these aren't. AI is creating a lot of fake ones. The ones where the elephants are, like, the abstract ones are real, it says. But the other ones where they're drawing, like, you'll see them draw these crazy landscapes. Those aren't real. Yeah, everybody's talking about Burke. Burke. The drop wasn't. There was a reason for it. I'm not sure what, but I don't think people are acting like Berkshire crashed or something like that. That's not true. Let me again, the beautiful part about AI. Did Berkshire Hathaway have news yesterday? Yes, there was news related to Burke. A technical issue caused trade halts for multiple firms on the New York Stock Exchange, including Burke. The issue with price bands triggered pauses in several stocks. A glitch briefly showed Burke was with price bands. It showed Burke was trading at $185.10, indicating a 99.97% loss when it was actually at 627,400 at Friday's closing. Fortunately, the issue was resolved later. Yeah, so here was the news. This was the news from that day. All right, so this was a glitch. That's why everybody talking about Burke yesterday. I tried to tell him that. Yeah, so it happened with several stocks. I'll put this news up. Yeah. Yeah, so technical issue caused trade halts for multiple firms. No, I'm still in my snow trade. I'm down slightly on it, but again, I got like 1 share of snow, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, they say it was a glitch. They say Berkshire Hathaway was really, again, what they're saying is that Burke was actually at, look, this is the news right here. Like, look, hold on. Like, look, this is the news glitch. So it showed Burke was trading at $185 when it was actually at $627,000. So if somebody was able to buy that dip, they are freaking loving life. They just made over $500,000. You know, but it's unlikely. It's very unlikely that they were able to capitalize on that. You know. Yeah, so look at GameStop fall. GameStop at 27s here. So GameStop looking weak. Nvidia starting to rise. SPY's still pretty flat. Volume's pretty low. Snowflake is starting to bounce up though. My trading account is down 7K from what? Yeah. Yeah, the internet's so full of yeah, the internet's so political, bro. Every time I look on the internet, it's just constant political arguments. Yeah, so again, I'm looking into the story. Pawn's telling me to look into the story. Tell me the story of Roaring Kitty and E-Trade wanting to kick him off. It is recent. All right, guys, so we're going to tell you the story. Recently, Keith Gill, popularly known as Roaring Kitty, faced potential removal from the online trading platform E-Trade due to concerns about stock manipulation involving GameStop. Here's what happened. Gill gained fame in 21 meme stock rally in the GameStop short squeeze. He was a key figure in the surge of GameStop prices. After a 3-year hiatus, he returned to social media on May 13th, posting cryptic messages. His return caused a surge in meme and coins. On June 2nd, the day before yesterday, he posted on Reddit for the first time since 2021. Okay, this is off. June 2nd wasn't the first time he posted since 21. The first time he posted on social media was like weeks ago. It was May. It was like mid-May. Anyways, this is wrong.
Okay, yeah, so I'm sorry. After a 3-year hiatus, Gil returned to social media platform X on May 13th, posting cryptic messages. On June 2nd, he returned to Reddit, for the first time since 2021, revealing substantial holdings in GameStop and options. He bet that the stock would be at least $20 by June 21st. E-Trade says, quote, they're owned by Morgan Stanley. They're worried Gil might artificially inflate GameStop stock price for personal gain. They evaluated whether his recent post contributed manipulative behavior. And removing Gil is going to essentially cause problems for them, I promise. Like, they better be very careful with this. Again, this is why traders turned on Robinhood. Now, I don't think they care that much about meme traders. I think JP Morgan is very different than Robinhood. No, I'm sorry. Morgan Stanley is much different than Robinhood, but they still don't want these traders to turn on them, I promise. It's going to spark a lot of controversy if they boot him off of the platform. Apparently, I left an order out there and woke up to a past eval. Hey, well, that's cool. All right, so we got over 300 people here already, chat. All right, chat. Honestly, I say it once, dude. I'll say it again. Filters are destroying the world, okay? Like, bro, you watch a video online, and I don't know if, like, young people now are just so ingrained with, like, filter culture that every single video they put out there, their face is, like, blurry, like, shiny and blurry. It gets even worse. Like, when you look at it, sometimes you see people bragging about how young they look online with obvious massive filters on their face. Like, oh, your wrinkles are gone? You look so young? I wonder why. Because you have freaking filters covering all your wrinkles up. Lady, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't know, man. For somebody that grew up before social media had filters and before pictures had filters, it's getting out of freaking control, you know? Like, again, I said this before, but I know of like a 60-something-year-old lady who just puts crazy amounts of filters and like all of her wrinkles are gone. And she does not look like that in real life. But when you look at her social media page, it's just, it's out of control. Like, they gotta stop it, man. John, you just wait about another 5 to 10 years. They will predominantly be posting avatar holograms instead of using their real faces. Yeah, I don't know. He could fund them. We got to ask who would be doing it. Yeah, for sure, David. Yeah, I don't know. Nvidia's moving up. Again, we do have the Jolts report today. Right, man. It's crazy. It's kind of graduated to this point. Like, it used to be something in which uh, like I used to have ex-girlfriends that they would post the wake up picture, They'd be like, "Oh, I'm just wake up with no makeup." And it's like they obviously had makeup on. And it's like, "All right. Like, we get it." Now it's gravitated towards, I'm going to put a filter on and then talk about how young I look. It's just, I don't think it's good for society in the end. But hey, I can't judge. Listen, cheers to you guys. The Oasis, like Ready Player One. Honestly, I think I would have fun. I would certainly move around a lot more than just sitting here on my computer. All right, guys, so GameStop at 27s. And again, I'm not judging you if you use a filter. I'm not saying I've never used one, right? But if I use one, it's like taking the red splotches out of my eye. Or, like, I understand if I just got up, or if somebody who doesn't want to put makeup on or whatever, then they can use a filter. But if every single thing has a filter on, then it's just too much, man. Then you're never seeing their real face. Like, you're just never seeing their real face. It gets to be kind of obnoxious, I guess, for lack of a better word. Anyways, GameStop at $25. Is it time to buy it? Let me do a poll here. Is it time to buy it? Let me do a poll. Yeah. What's going to be the poll? Does the market want higher? Does the market want higher or lower Jolts job openings? It's expected 8.4 mil is what it's expected at. I believe, right? 8.4 million. Yeah, 8.4 million is what it's expected. Does the market want higher or lower jobs? I don't know, man. I hear both arguments. Vote on that poll. Job openings data at 10 a.m. will dictate the market movements today. Maybe. I mean, to a certain extent, possibly. It should at least initially move the markets a little bit. I don't know how influential it's going to be on the whole day's market action. Nobody does. We could just speculate on that, but yeah. The gray line for GameStop. You mean this line up here is the previous closing price. It's the level at which it closed from red to green, green to red. Nvidia's shooting up, though. That's probably going to be dragging the rest of the market up. Oh, yeah, I did pull up Quant Tower. I just want to see if they gifted me any. Well, typically the market... Well, yeah, I mean, on average, Bob, the market's going to want higher. What I describe it as more true to convention. Like, conventionally, the market's going to want economic growth, right? The market's going to want economic growth, low unemployment, high jobs, high payroll numbers. Like, that's something that typically the market's going to want. But right now, we're not in typical. Right now, we're not in convention. Right now, we're an inflation-fearing, post-pandemic market that fears inflation and that fears economic growth to a certain extent. And so I would argue that right now, the market does not want more jobs. The market wants less jobs, less spending, lower inflation, and that's what it fears more than economic weakness like a recession or depression. The Fed has been more hawkish than dovish recently. They've been doing quantitative tightening. They have been keeping interest rates high. They haven't been cutting rates, and they're saying they're not going to cut rates anytime soon. All of those things means that the Federal Reserve at least fears inflation, they fear jobs to a certain extent. And so I think that is true. But again, to what degree, we'll have to figure it out. Yeah. How is it letting me trade this? This is the euro. Alright, so there's one. There's one. There's one. It's letting me trade that too. That's weird. Let me put on the NASDAQ. More jobs leads to higher GDP. Yeah, and again, that all depends on when the Fed starts to cut rates, Bob. We'll see. I'm not sure. You know, again, we'll have to wait and see. Nobody really knows. All we can do is kind of sit tight and wait, I think. Wait, I'm on this account, this first one. Oh no. What have I done? Oh, dude. I'm dumb, bro. Okay, so I have this $50,000 account that I hadn't activated yet. And I'm sitting there wondering, like, why is it letting me trade this? Maybe they refreshed it. It was one of the accounts I lost. Turns out that it was actually the funded account I need to freaking activate. Is what it was. That's why they were letting me trade it. I'm not supposed to trade those. To put it into perspective, I'm not supposed to trade those. Oops. Oh well. Yeah, that one's not letting me. All right, chat. That's 41. Checking some other stuff here. Bear with me for a second. All right, 245. Okay, so they did refresh this, so I do have. All right. I gotta learn to play this on guitar. Well, Neo, break. Hey, have a good nap. Yeah, we'll see if they cut. I don't know. Again, Nvidia's sitting right under that previous closing price. Nvidia might actually technically go green on the day. All right, so Nvidia's still ripping up here. So Nvidia's flying up. Let's see what Nvidia does. Nvidia hitting right at that previous closing price level. GameStop still at 27s. Anything else that looks like a buy here? I don't see anything yet. Bro, I got that $1 Million Baby song from social media stuck in my head. I never heard of sweet baby. Like, I got that song stuck in my freaking head, man. All right, so Nvidia did reject a little bit here. Let's see if it continues to come down. So, look, I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. I'm going to get funded on a 250K one today. I got to play with my other actual funded account that I'm up thousands in that I haven't really been messing with, though. So there are a couple accounts. I'm just, like, we'll see how it goes. I got to upgrade monitors. I really do. Yeah. I got that song stuck in my head, dude. What crimes will be committed today? I mean, I don't know. Play guitar on stream. I don't have a guitar anywhere. My daughter's got an electric guitar that I play around with. I've got an acoustic guitar too. I don't know if it's tuned though. I'll have to tune it. I can play a little bit. I'm not like super good at it though. I taught myself how to play guitar on a plastic pink Tweety Bird guitar we won at Six Flags San Antonio. So my wife and I went to Six Flags San Antonio, and they had the hammer thing where you hit the hammer and it goes up and it dings. I won a plastic pink Tweety Bird guitar doing that. And I had never played guitar before, and so I brought that thing home and I tuned it, and I learned how to play on that thing. But it actually kind of worked, you know, and this is probably a lesson on anything. It kind of worked because it got to a point where it was so difficult to play that plastic pink Tweety Bird guitar, and that's actually the guitar I learned on, that when I graduated towards a real guitar, it was so easy. It was so much easier than playing the pink plastic Tweety Bird guitar that wouldn't stay in tune and that I had to press down super hard, and it was just so much easier to play once I graduated to a real guitar. So it was interesting for sure, because it went from really difficult to much easier, and it made me appreciate real guitars. Jolts report is at 10 a.m. Eastern. Chat, 10 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, I don't know about GameStop. I'm in GameStop. I want it to go up. I hope it goes up. I don't know if it's going to. I hope it does. I'm in AMC as well. I hope it goes up. Again, I don't know if it's going to. We'll see. Jolts report is at 10 a.m., signaling how many jobs are opening up. All right, Nvidia pulling back here, tapped the previous closing price, didn't break it, just tapped it, and now we're dipping down some here. Lesson learned, I gotta activate some of these accounts. Are they talking about using ants to stitch wounds on social media? All right, so Nvidia rejecting exactly off of that previous closing price. Again, if you're not watching this level, it's important. Like, look, previous closing price, Nvidia rejected directly off of that. But look at this level. It's literally one of the biggest milestone levels on any specific chart, and you should be watching it. Hey, I am thinking about making a career change. Obviously, it's not going to be easy. Was wondering how many hours per day do you work, and roughly how much do you make per year? Do you mean specifically from trading, Han? Yeah, those are all penny stocks, brother. For the most part, D4, I'm not really messing with those. I've seen that ant thing. Yeah, dude, social media is crazy. I don't even know how real it is. Well, I'm not going to be specific about how much I make in trading. I certainly make much more money running this YouTube channel than I do in trading. And I'm always honest about that. I mean, that's just the truth behind it. But again, it's not really a reasonable critique. If somebody, you're not critiquing me, but like, you get some people that are like, this dude makes more money doing YouTube than he does in trading. And it's like, yeah, that's true, you know, but again, I use the same example every time, and it's really hard to argue against. Because I use the mechanic example, but you could use any freaking thing. You could use nursing. Say if I was a nurse, right? Nurse makes $50K a year, $60K a year, $70K a year, whatever they make. Some of them make more, you know, depending on if they're traveling or not. But whatever. Say I was a nurse, right? And I started a nurse forum online that eventually got up to like, you know, 400 to 500,000, like 500,000 hits a month on that nurses forum. Pretty quickly, that nurses forum that I created online that has this big community behind it, pretty soon that's going to make much more than I ever made being a nurse. And can you get mad at me for that? Of course not. Like, you know, I'm still a nurse, you know, like, right? Like, I'm still a trader. I just make more money on YouTube, you know. It's not really a reasonable critique, I think. But yeah, I mean, I'm not claiming to be some super... I mean, I'm up thousands on the year swing trading and investing. Day trading is different. Again, I'm not going to be too specific. Yeah, and I certainly don't recommend quitting your job and trying to only trade. When, you know, a funny thing happens when you're trading is that the more pressure you have to succeed, the worse you'll do. And so if you quit your job and that's the only income source you have and you have to pay your bills with trading, it's going to be a much more stressful endeavor than just using it as kind of like a side hustle. You know, it's going to be a much more stressful thing. And so the more pressure you put on yourself, the more the harder it's going to be, because you got to think about it in regards to it's going to change your decision making. So you might be able to wait for a trade, and if you don't have any pressure to make money, you can wait for the best trade possible. But if you know you got to pay your bills within 2 weeks, you know, the push is on. Like, you have to make that money. You're going to be seeing trades that aren't necessarily there. You're going to be pushing for trades that aren't really the biggest edge, and that's going to affect profitability without question. So it's something that I don't ever recommend people do. I certainly don't think you should quit your job to trade. The only way I think you should do that is if you have made tens of thousands of dollars trading, and you've got this big nest egg, this big cushion that you then are okay with risking on turning it into a career. That's the only situation in which you should quit your job. Outside of that, do not quit your job. You know, Again, that's my advice to you. Earning enough means sustain your lifestyle. What are you comfortable with? It depends on where you live, bro. Like, again, if you live in California, you're gonna need to make, $5,000 to $10,000 a month at least, to be comfortable there. Maybe less, but yeah. If you live in, place like maybe like Arkansas, you're gonna have to make noticeably less. You can make a couple grand a month and be fine. And so, yeah, it really depends a lot there on what you're doing, and yeah, it just depends a lot on what you're doing and where you live. Yeah, I do a lot of different stuff though. Like, I'm a nurse, and I can assure you they would make way more. Yeah, I mean, Tony, the funny thing with nursing and with any job is that, it depends on how you mean it, right? Like, it's very simple. Like, look, I can use AI really quick. What is the average amount a nurse makes in the United States? I'm assuming it's going to be right around where I said, Yeah, $80,000 a year, roughly, I said 70, 80,000 a year, 60, 70, 80,000. 80 grand a year is the average a nurse makes in the U.S. Now, like I said, there's outliers to that make much more, depending on if they're traveling or whatever. But there's also nurses that make much less than that, depending on what they do. But yeah, $80K a year is average, Is there an echo? What if you live in a van with a Starlink on the roof and a sweet trade setup? Hey, well, live your life, brother. I'm not mad at that. Again, it depends. No echo. Okay. All right, Nvidia pushing, making the second test here. SPY starting to move up. GameStop sitting right over 27s. Here's Nvidia trying to go green on the day. It's at 1150s, trying to pop up. SPY at 525s. Yeah, I think the easiest money is swing trading. Like, for sure, I think the easiest money is swing trading. I don't think it's easy in any market. I think there's certain markets, specifically there's certain bear markets where swing trading is not easy at all. But your job as a swing trader is to limit your trading in those moments. But I think swing trading, if you can be patient and wait, is the highest edge short-term trading that you can do. Because I think there's a lot of opportunities to just identify healthy, really obviously healthy companies that are down too much short-term and buying those dips and sitting on them and waiting to be in profit pretty quickly. I think that's very easy to do. I think the edge is high. I think it's very easy to make money doing so. Oil, what's oil doing? Hey John, I keep hearing you say that you were up thousands and thousands of dollars this year. It sounds good, but we haven't seen any evidence of this. Can you show us it's true. I mean, I don't really need to. What I will tell you is that if I was lying about that, I would get in trouble, you know. But I'm not lying about it. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. But at the same time, I'm not even claiming to be a good trader or an expert or anything like that. I think that's very clear watching my channel. If I was selling you a course and promising you riches, then I would have an obligation to show you the insides of my trading stuff. I'm not, and I'd rather, you know, again, my Thinkorswim account's got a lot of money into it. I'm not really trying to show too much information about it, to be honest. The internet is weird. People turn into weird scammers, stalkers, all this weird stuff. Again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. My house is very nice. If I wanted to be a sleazy day trading guru selling you guys a sleazy course on how to get rich day trading, and use my house as credibility and show my house, I promise you I could probably make millions of dollars selling you guys a course. I choose not to because I am not claiming to be a day trading expert or guru. I never have been, and you know, again, because of that, you know, you're just gonna have to trust me there. But if you don't trust me, it's fine. Go watch somebody else. It's all good. Jolts reports at 10 a.m. You have ethic? Yeah, I try, man. People still get upset, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, like, it's this weird thing, man, where people get obsessed with the channel. Like, you obviously have, like one, probably just one dude that, like, creates fake accounts and, like, desperately tries to throw me off. And it's kind of an interesting game, but it's also kind of like, because of that, I've always, like, I've had people that want to be on my show, that used to be on my show, that used to be like co-hosts and stuff. One of the reasons I stopped letting people like that is because the likelihood that they are the same person is really high, you know, unfortunately. It's so, because of that, I just kind of have to stay away from it, and keep things at arm's length. People just get too weird, you know. Yeah, kick rocks. No, I'm not mad at you for asking, Paul. Again, I'm just explaining why I'm not showing it to you, you know? Nobody's yelling or getting upset or anything. I'm just telling you, again, my point behind it, which I think you kind of missed here, was that if I was a day trading guru selling you a course on how to be the greatest day trader ever, then maybe I'd have a need to show you that stuff. But because I'm not even claiming to be a good trader, you know, I don't have a need to show you that, brother. Hope you understand. It's all good. Nvidia still sitting over 1150s though. Hey, thank you, Yanni. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're mostly economic reports and stuff. That's how I'd like to keep it. That's more true to who I am as a trader. Anyway, like, I day trade, I swing trade, I invest. I'm more like a follower of the economy, markets, investing, swing trading. Like, that's more true to how I am as a trader anyway, you know. You want my social security number as well? How about that? GameStop at 27.40s. Will GameStop break $30 today, chat? I think that's a big question. If it can, I think it's in a much better spot. If it can't, you know, the question is how many catalysts can Roaring Kitty and the GameStop crew pull out of a hat? I think that's the question. I think it's a tough thing. Eventually, they're going to run out of catalyst. You know, we saw Roaring Kitty posting over and over again. Eventually, that kind of diluted it down. Then they found out about his gains and his positions, and that ripped it back up. But how many times can this happen for GameStop is the real question. And I don't know. Again, I don't know. I think it's interesting to look at. AMC at 460s.
DX. Yeah, 3480s. Yeah, I don't know much about them. What is this? Is this a real estate? Gold. Where's gold at right now? Gold's down to 2340s. I'm in gold. I haven't sold though. I've just been sitting on it. Let me see where my gold position is. I don't know. Maybe I'll take a little bit off of gold. I've been in it for so long. Actually, I think this is... Oh, no, this is it. Okay. All right, we just took a little piece off of our gold position. We're up a lot. We're up a lot in that, so... I know about the Wu-Tang album and the guy who bought it... same guy that was messing with insulin prices. Equities market. Ooh. Birria tacos. Wu-Tang allowing people to connect their brokerage accounts to get access? Wait, they want me to connect my brokerage account to get access to their album? No. Of course not. Of course not. I'm not gonna pay. I don't care that much about Wu-Tang. The internet's the internet too. You can find a lot of things on the internet, you know. So there's a lot of Roaring Kitty going to jail posts on X. Can someone explain how sharing a legal trade you made in a company with 200 million of your own money is illegal? Right? Like everybody's talking about him going to jail. The question is, if Roaring Kitty goes to jail for this, what about Michael Burry, bro? Michael Burry, how many times has he shared his positions? You know? We don't really have a website, Paul. Yeah, we don't really have a website, brother. They're setting up an online artist marketplace. Yeah, but dude, there's no way I'm selecting my brokerage account. opinion on Dell. I like Dell, but I also think it's up too much short term. You know, I just think it's up too much short term. I mean, again, if Paul, you're talking about our old website, there was a time 8 years ago where Money Mitch from that who used to work at Benzinga, and now he's working with Trade the Pool. Him and I were doing, like free coaching and free mentorship programs, and we would do classes every night, or like we would do classes a couple times a week, you know, as like a community, you know. There might have been a period where we charged like, I think it was like $10 a month for it, but we stopped pretty soon. Again, him and I talked, and again, this was both of us, but again, my dream was always to put it out there for free and give people free stuff. Even at the time, right? Even when we were doing that, I wasn't claiming to be an expert or even like or anything like that. But that was like 8 years ago, 7 years ago. And again, we kind of talked, and I just decided to, you know, put everything out there for free. I don't want to, I've always kind of been the same way. Like, the reason I started this YouTube channel is because, you know, I was, this was back before a lot of people were live streaming, and everywhere I would look, it'd be like day trading guru, buy my course, buy my service. And so I wanted to be the opposite of that. I would rather myself stand out a little bit. And so I just try to go the opposite, where we just put everything out there for free, where we call the channel beginner trading, because we're not even claiming to be good. And, you know, people can make their own assumptions about it. Definitely top 3 in the world. Yesterday I asked about hamsters and gerbils. We decided to get my daughter a rat. Huh? Rats are cool. Rats have a bad image, I think, you know. E-Trade is it a regulatory body? Yeah, it's interesting, man. I don't think they have anything about them, but they're talking like they do about Roaring Kitty. I don't think they have any real argument against him. He's allowed to share his positions. I mean, people like me do that every day. It doesn't mean he did anything wrong necessarily, you know. You can't scare retail into what you can buy and sell because you were wrong on a trade. The market is supposed to be free supply and demand. Yeah, you're talking about E-Trade, right, Robert? Hedgehog. I'm a Sonic fan, so I would like hedgehogs. But yeah, I can't get another animal right now. My wife's too upset. She's gonna get too mad, you know. Unusual Whale said, quote, I've seen numerous posts that Roaring Kitty should be punished over GameStop for posting his positions. You could literally see all of Congress's portfolio, though, but you can't see Roaring Kitty's. I think that's crazy. I think what's going on is that short traders are losing money. You know, I think that's pretty obvious. I see NBC does that too. Yeah, I mean, everybody shares their positions sometimes. Again, I tell people what I'm holding. I don't tell people how much, and I certainly don't tell people to buy. This is my literal disclaimer here, which is, remember, I am terrible, have no idea what I'm talking about, might be broadly wrong about anything I say. Content is entertainment only. I do trade off stream. Do not copy me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Understand CFTC 4.41, hypothetical or simulated performance. Almost joking. Have limitations. Do not copy me. Not an investment professional. I do have sponsors, and they pay me money. You know, we're always pretty honest about it. We'll see what happens. I don't think anything's gonna happen to Keith. Right, for sure, guy. He's kind of crazy. You know.
Like, they're going to punish the guy that exposed them instead of the people that were being sketchy, I think is what it is. I want to go on the Autobahn just once. Just once I want to go on the Autobahn. Nvidia never broke over the previous closing price. It tried to go green, but it never quite made it. Like, you can kind of see it there. Top 3 most honest YouTubers. I try to be honest, man. Again, I try to just be real about everything. Like, listen, I got sponsors. They pay me money. I'm biased in their favor for sure. But, I mean, I don't think you can really get mad at that. I think everybody has sponsors on YouTube. Most people do this to make money. And I think I'm, in terms of, like, relative to everybody else, I'm pretty transparent. I tell people straight up, they pay me money. I'm biased. Do not copy me. Not an investment professional, all that stuff. So I do it right, I think. I would rather be honest about it and then still make money on the back end than be misleading about it and make more money, you know. Hard to prove because he calls the run, though. Yeah, kind of. Hey, thanks, Easy. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, Chart Prime's dope, dude. I really like using it, you know. You think we should buy when we and go all in when the market opens? I have no idea, Eli. No idea, brother. I'm certainly not going to tell you whether you should go all in or not. Nobody is going to here. That's just a risky thing to do. Yeah, so the Jolts job openings are today. That's one of the biggest influences over the market for sure today. Yeah, so I'm going to look at the... So let's see how ChatGPT does it first. I think I have ChatGPT up here, and I think ChatGPT is finally working. It was down a lot today. Let's see how accurate it gives it. So June 4th. Music is solid. Hey, thanks, brother. All right, so there's a couple news stories. Oh, wow. F1. What happened? Okay. All right, so FundStrat's Tom Lee predicts that the S&P 500 may see a 4% increase in June, in this month in June, driven by several factors, including seasonal trends, ongoing disinflation, low utility of leverage by investors, $6 trillion in idle cash, and corporate earnings. according to Business Insider. According to a report by JP Morgan, the stock market could experience a significant downturn of 20 to 30% from its 2024 peak. This prediction hinges on various market dynamics and economic factors currently at play. With 97% of the S&P 500 companies having already reported first quarter results, earnings per share have exceeded expectations by 3%. The top 7 stocks led the gains. The overall market showed solid earnings performance. A lot of this suggests a robust fundamental economic backdrop. So Fidelity suggests a continued bull market for 2024 based on expectations of Fed Reserve rate cuts, advances in earnings, and sustained economic growth without recessions. They point out significant market optimism following the end of the Fed's rate hike campaign and the potential for broad market participation in the gains. And this is from Fidelity. BlackRock is noting that the U.S. stock performance in election years does not significantly differ from non-election years. However, the route to year-end outcomes may vary. Their analysis indicates reduced corporate discussions around elections this year, suggesting less market volatility due to political uncertainty. There's a growing, and again, I'm reading the top 5 biggest news brought to you by AI. Again, there's a growing enthusiasm around investments in generative artificial intelligence, generative AI, seen as a crucial factor in driving market growth. BLK identifies this trend as significant influence on the stock market, expecting AI to prove substantial opportunities for companies involved in data managing and processing. Despite some previous downturns, there's an expectation of a strong recovery in stocks, spurred by positive investor sentiment and potential rate cuts from the Fed, according to Fidelity's recent projections. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with this. Listen, and I'm a bull in markets, but I think it's too early to tell what the market's going to do this year, and I think nobody really knows. I've seen some of the biggest bull markets in history follow periods where big banks like Fidelity were incredibly bearish, right? Incredibly bearish. A good example is this: at the beginning of 2023, a lot of these banks were super bearish. JP Morgan, Fidelity, very bearish banks, right? And then what followed is one of the biggest percentage gain years we've had in a long time, at 24% last year for the S&P. And so now that a lot of these banks are saying, hey, everything's all great, I honestly am kind of looking at the other side. I'm a little bit more skeptical now, but yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? We'll see. Hey, congrats, grateful. Market watches for continuation. Yeah, Nvidia's ripping back up, trying to break highs. I'm going to get ready to start day trading a little bit here. It's now 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 a.m. Eastern. So we still got an hour and a half until the market opens. But we've had a nice little run this morning back up towards previous support. You can see we're right at the previous closing price for Nvidia. So Nvidia is completely flat. If you look at the SPY is still red, but it is bouncing back over the last hour or so. So we'll see if that continues. Yeah, I'm going to throw it in sub-only mode if you haven't already. Chat, subscribe. We appreciate it. This should hopefully get rid of some of the trolls. Looking at GameStop. GameStop, $25 seems to be a major level for GameStop, but who knows, man. Again, I gotta just be patient, I think, here. Yeah, I'm gonna look at again, we're gonna start to day trade some, but we got a long time until the market opens. want to check a 1 minute chart. I haven't tried chart prime a ton on a 1 minute chart, so I'm trying to play with that now. Alright, so Nvidia trying to break. So if this happens, we'll see what if we buy the SPY or what we want to do there. Like we might buy up some stuff in the SPY if we get a good enough trade. Also looking at a 1 minute chart, and then let's look at a 5 minute chart here as well. There we go. Throw this up here so we can watch to see what. So look at the SPY dip. The SPY just dropped pretty fast under the volume weighted average price. So the SPY just dipped pretty quickly under the VWAP level. The NASDAQ had a little pullback too. Look at this big dump in the SPY all of a sudden. AMC and GameStop are at a buy, or a buy right at the open. Yeah, the SPY dipped pretty fast. What you said about banks is more true than people realize, in my opinion, and in line with volume price analysis. Do you know if the Roaring Kitty guy is really him? I mean, I think it's obviously him. If it wasn't him, he would come out and say that already. Like, imagine if somebody steals your identity. You're going to immediately come out and be like, yo, this isn't me. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to just sit there and let them do it over and over again. Like, it's not like... Like, obviously it's him. If it wasn't, he would have come out and said, hey, it's not me already. I think, like, you know, I'm in GameStop. I hope it goes up. I'm in AMC. I hope it goes up. But one of the problems is that they're so conspiracy heavy there that I think sometimes it gets ridiculous. Like, it's obviously him. It's obviously not somebody, quote, hacking into his account like people want to pretend. Like, that's just not a reasonable thought, I think. If it wasn't him, he would come out and be like, yo, this isn't me. Somebody got my account, right? He wouldn't just allow it to happen. You know, I think that's silly. Of course it's him. Yeah. $517 billion in unrealized losses hit the U.S. banking system. FDIC says 63 lenders on the brink. Yeah, I mean, E-Trade's going after them, which means it's probably him, you know. Yeah, he would obviously know. He obviously knows a lot of people that are gonna be like, "Yo, somebody's posting from your account." Like, of course it's him. Um, yeah, like of course it's him. It's gotta be him, of course. News channels are running 24/7 talking about what stocks they should buy. Yeah, 100%. It's just kind of how it goes. Yeah. Yeah, that's how news go, though, man. Again, they're in the pockets of big banks, you know. Yeah, it's a little bit older music. This is kind of from like my old, this is my old playlist of music. Gonna take it back old school, you know. Nvidia's starting to come down here. We'll give it time. So 10 a.m. Eastern time. I'll put a timer up for the Jolts report. The Jolts report drops at 10 a.m. Eastern. So we got about, it's 8. Yeah, we got about an hour. It's about right, honestly. It's just about right. Yeah. Yeah, we're just about right. Yeah, I'm trying to get the timer right, guys, so bear with me. Alright, there we go. So yeah, this is when the Jolts report comes out. About an hour and a half. A little bit over an hour and a half, really. Nice. John, do you watch LSU baseball? Yeah, I watch it to a certain extent. I watch a little bit of it. Depends on. I watch most baseball. Depends on, like, there's so many baseball games in the regular season that most of my baseball watching is like, I watch playoffs. I watch postseason. If LSU is you know, doing in the playoffs, I watch them. You know, and I watch some of the regular season, but it varies, to be honest. Nvidia bouncing up a little bit. Ridge wallets are dope, dude. I don't have one yet, but I've got a similar one to Ridge. They're pretty cool. I have a different kind though, but yeah. And again, if you want to check out one of my sponsors, check out Apex. Apex did continue the sale because they're having rhythmic issues. But again, if you want to learn to day trade, the futures market is probably where you want to go. There's no PDT in futures. You can day trade short, buy market, buy bid, sell the ass, just like stocks. No PDT rule in futures. Great way to learn how to day trade with limited risk. You can kind of see I'm in a trade right now. We're probably going to go ahead and cut this, and we're up about $10 on the day. We were down about 100, but we took our trade. We made our money, and yeah. But again, you can day trade in futures. You can see it's buy market, sell market, very similar to day trading stocks. I can't trade stocks directly in futures, but I can trade the NASDAQ, which is what the QQQ is. Tracking, I can trade the E-mini, which is what the S&P 500 SPY tracks. So I can basically trade the SPY and Q price action with no PDT rule in futures. And Apex is one of the most legit ones in the world. They've paid out over $100 million to their traders. They fund thousands of traders a year. It's just a great way to learn how to day trade. And again, most day traders lose money, right? Most day traders lose. It doesn't matter if you go to Apex or if you go to Thinkorswim or Schwab or anywhere. Most day traders lose money. So most day traders are going to lose here as well, but it's a lot cheaper to lose here. And this is just a challenge. You know, if you look at the value that they give you, right? So if you look at the value they give you for Apex, right now, you can get this 250K challenge for only $18. $18. So if you pass this, you get 250K in funding with a 90% split. It's 18 bucks. If you lose, you're out 18 bucks. It's not the end of the world. So you're still risking something. They give you a demo account, a paper account. You're still risking something, but you're not risking the full extent. Like when I first got started, I put up $5,000 of my own money, lost that within 3 weeks. This is a much cheaper way to learn how to day trade. You still have some pressure. You get real-time data, which is expensive. And again, when you look at it in that regard, just that alone makes this worth it. You get real-time data in your paper trading, you know, but it's different than just a base paper trading account. If you pass this test, you get funding, and that's really, really nice because it teaches traders how to perform under pressure with some pressure, but not the full extent of risking 5 or 10K. And again, the sale has been extended. They have cheap ones all the way from 25K, where if you pass this one, you got to make $1,500 in profit without losing $1,500 first. If you pass this one, you get 25K in funding with a 90% split. If you lose it, it's 25 bucks or something. You got to use my link to get the discount, and it's just a great way to play with a paper account, but with a little bit more pressure. Great way to learn how to day trade. You got to use my coupon code if you want the max discount. Remember, they are a sponsor, though. I'm biased. They pay me money, so I'm biased because they pay me money. But if you want to check them out, here's the link. I appreciate the love. Thanks so much. Great way to help support the channel. Understand CFTC 4.41 hypothetical or simulated performance have limitations and vary from real accounts. So understand the differences there. But yeah, if you want to check it out, there's the link. Alright, so we're scalping a little bit more in futures here. We are up. This is day trading futures right here. So we are up about 40 bucks, 45 bucks, 55 bucks. I want to see if it rides up a little bit more. I'll probably let this go. 80, 95. Alright, look, we're up about 100 bucks on the day. Nice little cushion. So far, I'll take it. We're almost up to the spot where we can take profit. Almost up to the spot where we can withdraw. I'm holding so far, but I'm down on it slightly. I'm basically flat, but yeah, I'm still down a little bit. I'm great on this portfolio, though. Yeah, so Rhythmic is messing around right now, Maria. That's why they extended the sale. So for the time being, I would go to a TradeAvate account if you haven't already. And if you do have a subscription for Rhythmic, I would just wait until they get these issues fixed. All right. Here, I gotta mute the music here. There's apparently Daniel Negreanu yelling at a fan for asking him for a picture. I want to see this. He had just busted a attorney, though. All right. So, I hear people complaining about Daniel. He was trolling the guy a little bit. Like, he was mad. He had just busted a tournament. And so he was kind of mad, but it was also playful. Like, you got to understand Canadians. Like, that's how they're kind of like Australians in that regard, where they'll kind of, a lot of sarcasm. Again, my stepdad, rest in peace, just passed away a couple weeks ago. He's Canadian. His whole family's Canadian. I've lived in Canada for a while. You just got to understand the culture up there with Daniel Negreanu. Good dude, but he was just kind of playful. Yeah, there's definitely some lags and some rhythmic accounts right now, Maria. If it's affecting you, I would just slow down for now and not push too heavy into it. So, yeah, just be careful. Yeah, I think he was just messing around with him. From what I see, at least. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I could be wrong. Yeah. Yeah, my stepdad was a good dude, man. Are they really? Snow and Nvidia? Are they partnering? Alright guys, we're sitting tight. Again, we do have the Jolts report today. Is the big report today, guys. That's like the big report that you want to pay attention to. It really, today still is kind of like the smallest day we have in markets. So the rest of this week is going to be much busier. All right, so there's GameStop down to 26.90s. The SPY at 525.70s. Nvidia up to 1150s though. Nvidia about to go green on the day. Look at it, right at 1150, so it's trying to make that move up. Social media is showing some crazy stuff all of a sudden, man. Again, Nvidia up to 1150, SPY slightly green at the 200 EMA, but Do you think Keith has the money to exercise his options? I don't think he'll need to. But yes, I think if he has to, he can get it. Just watched the video. Yeah, no. He was he had just busted from a tournament. Where are those futures tickers you are watching for the challenge again? So I'm usually, if you're watching me trade futures, I'm trading the NQM4 is the current NASDAQ symbol. If you're new to it though, I would get started with micros, learn how to trade it first. MNQM4 would be the symbol I would use. That's a micro, or you could do the S&P, which is ES. So it's ESM4 is the E-mini S&P, and the micro E-mini S&P is MESM4 is the current symbol. But those symbols roll over every quarter. So every 3 months they roll over. Boeing. I'm in Boeing right now. I don't know what to do with it, but I am in it. Oh, I'm nicely green on it. Cool. Somehow. Pretty much flat on the day, though, in equities. Is Dell worth buying now after the dip? Dell's up too much on the year for me to buy it, I think, personally. Dell's up to $131 a share. On the year, Dell is up from freaking... $38 all the way to $180. I don't care if it's dipping down to 130s now. It's just it's up too much for me. I mean, there's a chance they go up. I'm not saying they're going to go up. I hope they do. There's a chance they do, but they might not. Again, I hope they do, but who knows what, like, nobody knows if they're going to go up or not. We can only hope. Yeah, the funny thing about social media, though, is stuff like this. Chad Michael Murray not being able to recognize Hillary Duff in this tiny mask in Cinderella story. Like, oh, you can't tell it's her? You know? I remember this guy. This is the guy from House of Wax. Great movie, by the way. Got terrible reviews. Had Paris Hilton in it. OG 2000s movie. Anyways, Nvidia tried to break 1150s. The screenshot I've seen of his position seems to show only shares and calls bought to open. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has June 21st call options, which will be interesting leading into June 21st. That'll be an interesting thing. We'll see what happens as it heads into June 21st, right? That's the big question mark is, can he liquidate those if he needs to? Where does GameStop hold? I believe, what's the strike price on those options? So I'm trying to find the, so Roaring Kitty's position here showed, I'm sure chat's already answered it, I'm guessing here. But yeah, so Roaring Kitty, the call option showed $20 call strike price. So the $20 option here, the strike price is way down here. Here's the $20 option, way down here. In other words, he won't be exercising, he'll be selling them. He will exercise them? I don't know. Yeah, it was $20 strike price is what it was. All right, so Nvidia broke over the previous closing price, now technically green. I'm wondering if this is going to drag the S&P up. We still have we still have some time before we get the Jolts report. Market opens up in about an hour. But yeah, we still got a little bit of time before. I wonder if I should buy this back. Is he all in? I don't know, man. What time is the report? 10 a.m. is when the report is. Dipping nachos. Gold. Gold's creeping up a little bit. Nvidia's still right over that previous close. Still got some time though. What's the reason behind the Burke Class A, and does it really affect investors? Says someone will. Okay, so basically, just to put this into perspective, we covered this earlier, right? Berkshire Hathaway had a glitch that showed up overnight. You can kind of see this glitch here, right? So a technical issue caused trade halts from multiple firms on the New York Stock Exchange, including Burke. The issue with price bands triggered pauses in several stocks. If we look at Burke here, let me see if I can find it. I feel like it was Burke Class B shares is what it was. No, it was Burke Class A. So it was this one right here. So yeah, you can see the glitch where the price should have been, I think, you can kind of see it should have been $627,000 roughly. And it came all the way down because of the glitch to $185. Like, imagine if you're holding a position in Berkshire Hathaway, right? And your shares are worth 6 figures per position. And it drops all the way down to 3 digits. Drama. Dude, I would be so mad if it cut me out. It just kind of going away. All your 6 figures positions going away. Imagine if you got emotional when sold and somehow it triggered you there. You would have to get paid back. Like, they're going to have to fix it. I'm assuming they will too, but this is the glitch everybody's talking about. And again, you can kind of see the glitch showed Burke Class A shares trading at $185.10, indicating a loss of 99.97%. It was actually 627,500. But man, dude, I'm gonna be heated if that's me. But yeah, that's the news for them today. Yeah, we'll see what happens. GameStop got halted like 5 times at the opening bell yesterday, though. That's the weird thing. So, like, it got halted over and over, and the volume wasn't crazy. I think it was because it moved specifically the 7% area. It's still just odd, though. It all, like, realistically, it's just strange, you know.
Truly effery at its finest, yeah. Maybe a distraction. Do you think GameStop will keep falling today? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Typically, the trend has been something like this for GameStop if we're looking at it objectively, right? The trend has been... Here, let me make sure this doesn't... Yeah, so the trend has been downward trend, spike on catalyst of Roaring Kitty in one way or another, slowly fade back down. Spike on catalyst of Roaring Kitty, slowly fade back down. Spike on catalyst. Like, that's kind of been what's happening here with GameStop. I don't know if it's going to continue to happen. Nobody does. But that's essentially what we've seen here. We've seen downward trends, but spikes in between them. And holding some gains. Like, it's higher than it was prior to all the craziness over the last couple, like, over the last month or so. It's higher than it was prior to that, but... Why TOS not moving at all? What do you mean? Is TOS a symbol? Or you mean Think or Swim? TD Ameritrade. Where's AMD at? What's AMD? Is it following Nvidia? No, not really. But yeah, Burke had that craziness. Nvidia's still trying to stay green. Yeah, I don't show anything frozen on TOS. It usually has to do with market volume, to be honest. Easiest way to look at it is futures. Like look at the NQ. Or I guess you might be right. My clock is working. But even like futures stopped. Level 2. Weird, dude. I'm showing it on futures as well, which is very strange. Futures order stopped about a minute ago. Yeah, I'm showing tosses down too. Very weird. If you guys could find a symbol that everything stopped at 10:30. I wonder if selling would work. Let me see. Yeah, look, 7:30. I'm gonna take this off because TOS seems to be down. So we're gonna put up futures for now, or we'll put up trading view, I guess, for now. But man, is Nvidia down? Let me see. So we'll have to take. Yeah, so here's the NASDAQ. We'll put up TOS, or we'll put up trading view. We still got an hour and a half roughly until the data shows up. Here's Nvidia. Yeah, Nvidia seems to work. I'm gonna reset my TOS, see if that works. I'll put GameStop up on the middle side here. Yeah, restarting TOS, it's strange. Something's like off with it. My positions aren't refreshing, you know. Like I'm sure Schwab still works, but yeah, see, what's weird is that we were having the same type of problems. Like, that's the same type of problems that caused the Berkshire Hathaway issues, too. You know? Yeah, no, I have Schwab as well.
Alright, so I'm logging back onto TOS to see if that helps. And there's the E-mini. Yeah, weird. So mine stopped refreshing at 7:30. Same thing with Nvidia. Same thing with AMC. Same thing with GameStop. They all froze at 7:30. Weird. See if I can chat with somebody here. Figure this out. I'm looking up TOS. My Thinkorswim is frozen. Completely down. Lots of glitches recently. People are freaking out. Nah, man, that's not what's like. Look, stocks are down. But you can see markets. We're not crashing or anything like that. Look, we'll put up GameStop and Nvidia here on the right side while we wait. And then we'll put up Trade Evade, which we've been trading here. We're up about $100. You know, on this account, we're up about $2,500 or so on my funded account. So we'll probably take a withdrawal pretty soon. Let me see how much we're up. Yeah, we need about, yeah. Am I bearish on the Dixie? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, TD Ameritrade got bought out, so. And today the Jolts report showed weird glitches today as well. Where's Bitcoin at? Is Bitcoin down? Let me see. Yeah, Bitcoin's not even updating on Schwab either. All right, but this is refreshing though. So look at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq's doing fine. Is it not going to show me my... See, that's nice though. It will show me my gains. But I guess it won't show me. Oh, that sucks. June 3rd. Yeah, I was trying to chat with TOS to see if they would update me on what's going on, but nothing yet. No, I haven't been able to fix anything.
All right, chat. We got over 700 people here live. The NASDAQ is spiking up throughout all this stuff, too. GameStop still falling down under 26. Yeah, so GameStop's still roughly around 26.50s. It is dipping down. Nvidia. But see, the NASDAQ is spiking up here, making it all the more interesting. A lot of people are panicking about TOS if you look online. Everybody's talking about it down. Everybody's mad at Schwab now. Jolts will be lower. Yeah, the Jolts report shows up in about an hour and 15. Yeah, I mean, everything's frozen on TOS. TradingView's got it right, though. TradingView's working. So is TradeAvate data. So this looks like a bullish pattern here. I just can't see stocks right now, which makes it really difficult to trade. We're gonna have to wait. So people are acting like Keith Gill is going to exercise all of these options to help squeeze GameStop higher. Do you think he's going to exercise his options, chat? Yeah, TOS is frozen right now, chat. We could look at Schwab to see what they're looking like. Schwab. Here's the symbol for Schwab, SCHW. And look at them gap down. So here's the symbol for Schwab on the right. Look at them gapping down here. So they are gapping down on this latest freeze. All right, so I got somebody back with TOS. They said, thank you for contacting Schwab. My name is Ben. We are seeing issues where all quotes are not working across all TOS platforms. This is impacting all users, and we have let the correct teams know and are waiting for an update. For the time being, Schwab.com website and Schwab mobile app is available for Snap ticket streaming quotes. So if you want, basically, if you want to trade, that's the way to do it. But this is what Schwab says. Yeah, so this is basically what the report I got back from them. All right, so this is the report. We are seeing issues where all quotes are not working. Yeah, so all right, chat. So yeah, they are running into issues. It's all right. Luckily, we're not day trading on there.
All right, so. All right, so yeah, thinkorswim, toss. Alright, so we posted this on Twitter. The NASDAQ is ripping up, though. Let me know when you guys get updated on TOS. Because for now, the quotes are still down. I wonder if this is going to bleed into the opening bell. Yeah, so again, that's what read about. They said, quote, this is Schwab. This is from a Schwab rep. They said, quote, we are seeing issues where all quotes are not working across all TOS platforms. It's impacting all users, and we have let the correct teams know and are waiting for an update, according to Schwab. Right. That's basically what they said. So yeah, TOS down. We're gonna try to day trade here. We still got about an hour until the Jolts report goes live. So we got a dip here. Again, Schwab is down. Specifically, their stock price is down right now on all this stuff. Here's the Schwab stock on the right. There's Nvidia. But yeah, their stock price is down. Yeah, so they say the TOS mobile app is frozen too. I kind of want to buy this dip, but I'm also worried if we do have some weird stuff going on in markets right now. I'm worried about buying anything and sitting on it, especially with TOS being down. Let me ask them about an ETA. All right, so I'm asking them about an ETA about when it'll potentially be fixed for TOS. Hey, nice, Nick. Is it true Apex reset the accounts for a lot of them? Yes, that were negatively impacted, I'm pretty sure. The opening bell will be different. They have more control. We'll see. Again, I'm just waiting for stuff to update. I haven't seen it yet.
And I'm looking at the Q. Q sideways. The Q froze at 7:29, so it looks like the Nasdaq froze a little bit earlier. I'm trying to look at the clouds. Somebody said solar flares. There's solar flares. Minimum performance accounts. I'm not sure. You gotta ask them. It's just some right. Mine still seems to be working. Well, yeah, you got to put your mouse over the time frame. Mine stopped at 8:30 market time specifically. So at 8:30, Schwab froze. Basically, no prices are updated. I'm pretty sure you might be able to still buy and sell, but I'm not 100% sure. Let me buy one share of the SPY and see if that works. Yeah, so orders aren't going through. I'm trying to buy a market order. Oh, wait, it's market order. Sorry. Let me try an EXT order. Yeah, so it doesn't look like markets. It doesn't look like fills are happening right now. So the Jolts report goes live in about an hour and 5 minutes. Could be cyber attacks. I'm not sure. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I'm watching Chart Prime. Let's see if the TOS updates here. This seems to be working fine. I'm actually going to buy this dip. I kind of like this dip buy. We'll pull it back into support. Again, maybe I'm wrong. Do not copy me. Not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. Always make your own assessment. We're up about $100 on the day or so. We're going to see if we get a little gain bounce here. We're up about $30, $25, $20. I want to give it time to roll. Now we're flat again. I could have scalped it, but again, I'm looking for a little bit larger gains. There's $10 again. 20, 25. Want to give it a little bit more time, see if it can surge back up. And see, that's a big pullback. Let's see if it continues higher. Again, Schwab reacted negatively to this glitch, and then now it's kind of stock prices frozen here. We got one contract, and again, this is on Apex. You can see how similar this is to day trading stocks. I can buy market, buy bid, sell ask. Very similar to day trading stocks. There's just no PDT rule in futures, so you can day trade short. There we go. That's good enough. So we're gonna cut it. We're up $120 on the day. We waited. We're patient. We're up about 120 on the day. Not too shabby here, chat. We'll see if we can continue this. And again, if you want to day trade with me on Apex, Apex is a funded account program in futures. They give you a demo. They test your skill with the demo. If you can pass the test, they fund you. If you can't pass the test, you only lose what you pay for it. The base one right now is only $25. You can get the 250K challenge. This is a 50K funded account that I'm up thousands on. You can get the 250K challenge right now for $18 after tax. Very cheap, very cheap. SPY is back up. So the SPY is now back up on TOS. Thinkorswim is back. I'm pretty sure it's back. I just saw mine update for the first time. Specifically the SPY. I can see the level 2 is now updated here. So my level 2 SPY is now updated. It looks like the Q is now updating as well. So prices are back on TOS. It took a little bit, but prices are now back on TOS. So that's good news. So here, I'm going to put this down, put TOS back up. But prices are back.
TOS prices are finally back up here. It took a while though, but yeah, SPY is back, Q is back. We'll put GameStop back up, and yeah, prices are back up. But again, if you want to check out Apex with me, again, for the time being, it's very cheap. There's no PDT, it's just a great way to learn how to day trade with limited risk. On Apex, you can day trade. If you lose, you know, you're getting a good value because it gives you real-time data, and if you lose, it's not the end of the world. But if you pass it, you get between 25K up to 300K in funding with a 90% split. Again, the 250K challenge, if you use my coupon code at checkout, and you use BT, 2 letters BT, you'll get the max discount. You'll get the 250K challenge for like 25 bucks, or for 18 bucks after tax. So again, if you want to check it out, here's the link. Yeah, but quotes are back on TOS. Quotes are back up. Yeah, so we're back up finally. Nvidia dipped and now it's fighting its way back up here. So we'll put Nvidia on this bottom chart so you can kind of see what's going on with it. Here's Nvidia. So yeah, well, the scanners are not going to be working for the time being. Yeah, so TOS quotes are now up and running here. I was kind of panicking for a little bit, but it looks like we're back up and running. We're good to go. All right, guys. So again, we're kind of sitting tight here, waiting. Yeah, I mean, they're gonna have glitches. Glitches are normal, as long as it didn't negatively affect anybody too significantly. I'm not that upset with it. But again, but yeah, it's all good.
All right, so we get Nvidia all the way back up to the previous closing price. It's been basically rejecting that level all morning. We got 25 minutes, less than an hour before the Jolts report goes live. Jolts report's a pretty big report. So yeah, the Jolts report's a pretty big report. We might have some, interesting interest in this report today. But yeah, the Jolts job openings. Yes, we got the Jolts report, big report. Job openings. All right, so we got this live. How to get this out of the way? This out of the way. Leave that. The Jolts report live today, chat, is a big report. All right. Yeah, the Jolts report going live soon. I'm ready for it, chat. I'm ready for it. I think we're in sub-only mode, aren't we? We should be. Let me make sure. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. There it is. Okay, yeah. So we should be in sub-only mode. Yes, sir, we are. Okay, good. All right, we're going to get ready to day trade here. Again, you got Nvidia finally breaking back over that previous closing price, but it's been so flat. GameStop sitting under 27 now. Opening bell happens in about 10 or about 20 minutes. Nvidia is still trying to flush. That's just too big of an error, glitch, something's up. The last couple days have been weird, to be honest. The last couple days have been strange, for sure, in terms of market. We had the Berkshire Hathaway glitch yesterday, which definitely impacted traders, definitely impacted them. All right, so I got a video of a dude showing off an invisibility shield that I made. The good thing about AI is that AI will tell me if something's real or not. This is a good song, but I gotta pass. Hey, bud.
you doing, man? You ready for school? Love you, dude. Have a good day, bud. Love you, man. Huh? What, bud? Oh, I know. All right, guys. Is there something that crashed? Interesting. Here, sorry, I muted the music. Just talking to my son real quick. Not that one. Where'd it go? What's that? This one. Yeah, I think we'll have invisibility stuff within a few years. Can you explain Apex funded traders? So Apex gives you a demo and they test your skill. Really, it's a skill building thing, right? People have unreasonable expectations for it. Most day traders lose money. And so when you think about like most day traders, if they want to try to day trade stocks, they got to put up like $5,000 or more dollars, and they're probably going to lose that. These funded account programs limit that risk. Instead of risking thousands of dollars, they can get started, have some pressure on them to succeed, take this challenge, and if they pass it, they get between 25K to 300K in funding, and if they lose it, they're only out, you know, typically it's less than $100. Like the base one right now, the 25K challenge, you got to make $1,500 in profit with a demo without losing $1,500. If you pass it, you get 25K in funding. If you lose it, you're out like $25. You can also get the 250K challenge for $250 right now, but it's just a good way to learn how to day trade. Most day traders lose, and that's probably the same here, but it's a lot cheaper to try this and lose than put up the money yourself. And again, if you want to check it out, they're a sponsor of mine. They pay me money. I'm biased because they pay me money, but if you want to check them out, here's the link. I appreciate it. Yeah. I love you. Have a good day. You like my song this morning? It wasn't good? Don't hate. Appreciate the song, okay? When you get older, you're gonna be like, man, my dad plays me a song every morning as my alarm clock. You know, it's just not gonna be the same. Okay, fair enough. All right, love you. All right, Spy Sideways. We're waiting for the Jolts report to go live. Sorry, my daughter, every morning when I wake my daughter up at like 5 a.m. Central Time. So whenever I get up in the morning, my daughter wakes up with me. Every day I go grab her guitar and I play her some song. I usually try to switch it up day to day, but I play her some song in the morning as her wake up thing, you know, as her alarm clock. I play her a song on guitar. And so that's what we're talking about. Are you guys going long or short at the opening bell, chat? Let me know. Definitely number one dad in the world right now. NASDAQ breaking highs. Nvidia's still trying, though. GameStop dipping down. But again, the NASDAQ's trying to break highs. It's at 18.62 right now. All right. All right, so we got a nice NASDAQ high break. Nvidia just ripped up too. Over the previous close, but I don't know if it's gonna hold. Hey brother, just lost 1K. Hey man, see my chat, lost $1,000. I'm sorry, bro. That sucks, man. You know, trade smaller, dude. Stop risking so much money, brother. If you're losing $1,000, bro, and it really affects you emotionally, you're trading way too large. You know, like trade small, dude. Like stop trading crazy high. A lot of gamblers are just justifying their gambling in stocks, right? Again, the way I explain it is that if you lose $1,000 in roulette, people are gonna be like, "Yo, you're a degenerate gambler." If you lose $1,000 in stocks, you know, people might say that, but they're less likely to say it. So a lot of gamblers are just kind of hiding in stocks. You know, again, well, let's throw my disclaimer up. Remember, chat, I am terrible. Have no idea what I'm talking about. Might be wildly wrong about anything and everything I say. Do not copy me. Entertainment purposes only. Wins or losses may be conducted in real time or might not be conducted in real time. Basically, I might trade off stream. You're not going to freaking know it. Do not copy me. Understand CFTC 4.41. All that good stuff. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think some people are going to lose money and blame me, even though I'm like the least blamable person, right? Like, my channel's literally called Beginner Trading. So if you took a bunch of risky gambling trades in a live stream that literally tells you not to take a bunch of risky gambling trades, literally tells you he's not telling you what to buy or sell, do not copy him, not an investment professional, and his name is Beginner Trading, that's your fault, bro. That's your fault. Don't get mad at me. Yeah, trade your own budget. Like, a lot of traders are gambling away their money. Like, I've known people that were just kind of gambling away their options, and it's kind of like the martingale roulette strategy where they take a bunch of crazy risks, they make big percentages, because anybody can make big percentages if you take some crazy risks, right? Like, I've got a $100,000 account roughly on TOS, in Schwab on TOS, right? If I wanted to make, you know, if I wanted to make $1,000 in any given day, I could. You know, not any given day. If I wanted to make $1,000, I could take the risk and probably do it, right? But the problem is that taking that risk, eventually the check's going to come. Eventually, when you take risks like that, and options as well, you might be able to make big percentage returns. And so I know a lot of people that are like, oh, I'm making 20%, I'm making 30%, I'm making 40%. Boom, they lose 80% of their account in one trade. And so they'll win, lose everything, right? A lot of traders are doing that exact thing where they're just kind of continuing to add to losing positions until they make money. And they think they've got some winning system that's just going to get them rich, right? They're like, oh, you can make 5% a day or 10% a day or whatever. But the problem is that eventually the check's going to come. Eventually, taking massive risks like that is going to turn on you. Eventually, it's not going to bounce back, and your whole account's going to go bye-bye, you know? And that's what ends up happening. And traders a lot of the time are wrapped up in it. They think, a lot of traders get wrapped up in it. They think that they've got some super winning system because they keep adding the losses, you know? So, you know, trading is filled with that, man. You got people who tell you, yeah, I make 20K a day, or I make 20K a week. They really don't. Like, what happens is they take a bunch of crazy risks, and they might make 5K 1 week, right? Taking a crazy amount of risks that's not sustainable. Eventually, you're going to lose your account trading like that. But they do it 1 week, and so then they claim they can do it every week, even though they've only really done it 1 week. And so then they'd say, hey, I make 20K a month doing this, bruh. And it's like, no, you don't. You made 5K 1 week taking crazy risks, and now you're trying to pretend like you make that every week, which you don't. And if you try to, your account's going to be gone. You just got to be smart, right? There's a lot of that floating around in trading. A lot of people want to claim to be experts before they really are. A lot of people want to sell courses and services before they really should. And if you end up following them into a bunch of dumb trades, you know, you can lose a lot of money. So just be smart. It's one of the reasons I don't tell anybody to buy anything. I'm usually always telling people the truth, which is that I am not an investment professional. You know, I do not want people to copy me. Yeah, so I hope you guys understand. I'm going to short right now, actually. It's a little bit different than how I normally trade. I'm going to take 2 trades short. Try to risk what I have. Try to get out break even, but if not, we'll take a small $50 to $100 loss if we can. Very close to cutting this.
cut half of it. All right, so we're out. I don't want to risk more than $100. Probably a little too close to the open to do it. Yeah, look at me. I just lost $120 just now. More than that. So remember, do not copy me. Nvidia, though, is what's dragging this up for sure. So if Nvidia continues this crazy run, yeah. Nvidia just popped up to 1150s is what did this. There's GameStop though. We'll see what happens with GameStop. I should probably wait till the opening bell to trade anymore. Yeah, I mean, I do trade off stream too. Like, you're not going to see all my trades. Trading on stream is incredibly tough and emotional, to be honest. Sometimes it's easier just to... Lost 23K back in February, went long on net, suddenly tanked, I panicked and sold. Yeah, I think most people make money in stocks by buying up stocks. Like, look, a new trader might see a stock gap up like this, right? So say a stock gaps up, say it started out here and pre-market it gaps up like this, right? Well, a rookie trader is going to say, hey, well, this is strong. Let me buy this up. Look at it. Look at this big gap up. Look how strong this is. I'm going to buy this up. An experienced trader says, no, this is extended on the upside. The likelihood is that it's going to correct and go back down, right? Like, that's what an experienced trader will usually see. You know, an experienced trader is usually going to see something like that. An experienced trader, a rookie trader might see a stock gap down like this, and if it's a healthy enough company, they're going to say, hey, this is too weak right here. I don't want to buy this up. It's too weak. You know, look at this big gap down. It's too weak, right? An experienced trader might see a gap down like this and say, hey, cheap value, objective value, healthy company gapping down big percentages. We got some edge here. Let me buy this up and ride the bounce back. And that's the biggest difference, I think, a lot of the time between experienced and rookie traders is that experienced traders see where the value is, and experienced traders get wrapped up in emotion, I think. Hi. How you doing? All right. I'm sorry, my wife just came in here. The internet's a weird freaking place, dude. So we're scalping. Again, we're day trading here, scalping. Small size. I'm going to go ahead and cut this there. So now we're up $130 on the day. Kind of going back and forth. But green on the day. Yeah, I'm going to put Al in timeout. You know, and again, going back to the weird place, right? Like, people like Al, right? Like, they're obsessive over the channel. But like a couple days ago, Al was trying to talk smack, saying we repeat the same thing over and over again, and that he's gone, and that we only say the same thing over and over again. I think it was him. Let me make sure it's him. If it's not him, you know, sorry, bro. But like, people forget I can check the receipts of the log, right? And then he comes back and he just says really outlandish stuff. Let me see. I think it was him. Yeah, he did. So, yeah, it was him. People are just weird, man. Like, why? Like, who is spending that much time watching a stream that they don't like? You know, it's weird. You know, the saying "they hate us because they ain't us" is it rings true sometimes, I think. Alcoholic. He was on the list. Yeah, Pawn and I will sometimes joke around in the background saying, what's the over-under this guy last 2 weeks Look at Nvidia shoot up, chat. Look at Nvidia shoot up. GameStop's still low. Yeah, envious people for sure. Just weird people, man. Like, people get strange, dude. Again, I always assume I know them in real life. There's been a couple people, like, I know my wife has some exes that are really, that, you know, if they see me out here on YouTube, they might be kind of big mad about it, right? So I'm sure some of them are this one specific ex of hers that, you know, is probably obsessing over it. That's probably one of them. A couple other ones are probably people who, like, have tried to work with the channel in the past, right? One of them was like somebody, my son was friends with his kid, and like him and I started to try to be friends, but like his intentions were not good at all, and he was kind of like an alcoholic and kind of got weird, and you know, he got banned. I'm sure some of them are him. And then we got another guy who used to come on stream a lot, but then I don't know, man, they were just unstable. They would get weird too, and so I'm sure it's a mix of those three people. Because I couldn't imagine anybody else just would be that obsessed with the channel. It's just unhealthy, you know. Internet is like that Chappelle Show skits. Chappelle Show is the greatest comedy show of all time, for sure. Yeah, we had one guy that was like, people say stuff about my wife, like they're gonna send me stuff about my wife, like all kind of craziness, dude. They say, and again, I'm like, all right, well, most of them are just trolls, but just weird stuff. People get personal, like it's just odd, man. Being on the internet is interesting. It's a blessing. I don't want to seem ungrateful, and so I appreciate most of you guys are genuinely like appreciative and supportive, you know, but. Pretty crazy after so many years they obsess over someone still. Yeah, man, I mean, there's reasons behind it, I think, but most of it has to do with they're not doing what they wish they were doing, and so it's a long story. I don't want to be too personal about it, so I'll just leave it there. All right, we're at 11:56. So look at Nvidia skyrocket up here, dude. So Nvidia up over 1160s. Look at this. Yeah, dude, no, we're definitely covering Jolts today. Jolts is in 30 minutes too. So we got, Jolts is a big report. I didn't realize how influential the Jolts report was. Expectations are 8.37 million today. So right around 8.4 million. Nvidia is dragging the NASDAQ up with us here. Yeah, so Nvidia's dragging stuff up. All right, so everything's going to be sorted out for Rhythmic accounts by next market open. By next market open, they're saying. So by tomorrow morning, everything should be sorted. Roughly 5 years here, and it does get weird sometimes with what we see on this side. I can only imagine his size. Yeah, dude. It would be surprising, to say the least. Like, just strange, man. Let's see if Nvidia pulls back. So Nvidia is actually right above this level, this 1157 level. So look at this support level. I think this is the high from extended hours. We're right around lifetime highs, I think, for Nvidia as well, if I remember correctly. Market's about to open up in 20 seconds. So yeah, lifetime highs. If we open up right where we are now, we'll be breaking lifetime highs at the open. So I think we're right there. Let me see. Yeah, so if we open up over this level here, we're breaking lifetime highs at the opening bell for Nvidia. So again, we got 5 minutes left. If we break over that, we're breaking lifetime highs. Yeah, Nvidia's dragging the NASDAQ up. All right, ding, ding, ding. There's the opening bell. So Nvidia It still hasn't broken lifetime highs technically yet. It has to do it during market hours. So we're watching Nvidia during market hours. I'm gonna throw this up and make this a little bit larger, but I'm also still gonna put trade evade so I can day trade on my account live. So bear with me here. We're almost to where we can withdraw on this account too. There we go. All right. So got a little pullback in the NASDAQ. GameStop started to pop up. It's at 27s. Let's watch Nvidia though. And again, if Nvidia gets over this, it's breaking lifetime highs. So it's got to get over the opening range candle, that opening 1 minute candle. Yeah, so again, we also might have choppiness leading into the opening bell today because of the Jolts report. All right, so Nvidia just broke the previous lifetime high. I'm pretty sure. Let me make sure. But I'm 99% sure it did. I got a bear signal here, though. I'm going to short. It's a little risky. We're already up on this account. There we go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and cut that. So we're up 200 on the day. Not too bad. Nvidia, I think, just broke lifetime highs. I'm not 100% sure, though. Let me make sure. Yeah, so Nvidia got over lifetime highs just now at the opening bell. Big retracement on Nvidia. Big retracement back up. I'm going to buy this. Kind of risky. All right, we're out. So scalping this. We're up about 275 on the day. I bought this because Nvidia had this big retracement back up. We do have the Jolts report, guys. And the question is, what does the Jolts report want? If we look at our poll today, we asked people. We got about over 1,000 votes. We said, what does the market want on higher or lower Jolts? 45% said higher, which would mean economic growth. 33% lower, and 20% roughly said, I don't know. But we do have GameStop starting to fight back. It's at 27s. We do have AMC fighting back. It's at 470s here. All right, Nvidia at 1158. All right, so there's Nvidia just broke lifetime highs again, got up to 1160s here. I'm gonna buy this dip, see if we can ride this move up. All right, so we just scalped a little bit more. We're up $300 on the day, 300. Let me see, when can I take money? All right, so I'm pretty sure I can withdraw. I'm pretty sure. Let me check the payout restriction. So I have to be up $2,500 on this account, which I'm very close to being up that. Market just dipped. I'm going to buy this dip. And just getting punished with bearish action ahead of this. I can add one to it, so I'm going to try to add one to it, see if I can save my trade. Luckily, we had a very large cushion on the day that we can swing into, but man, just bearish action. See if Nvidia fights its way back up and rebounds here. All right, I'm going to cut this. I have to get out. So kind of going choppy back and forth. The problem is, look at GameStop and Nvidia dump all the way down. Now, Nvidia is about to hit the previous close. So Nvidia is about to slap that previous closing price. Let's see if it does. Yeah, Nvidia's trying to hold. It's bounced a little bit off of that low. It's right above the 200 EMA though too, so that's kind of what we want to attack. Alright, so there's Nvidia dropping, tanking the whole market here with us. We got the Jolts report today, so we might have choppy behavior, which is kind of what I'm hoping for. Alright, it's been a whirlwind of a day, but we are up 730 in this account. Definitely going back and forth, but I believe we can try to request a withdrawal now. We can. We're up about $3,000 in this account. I'm going to show you guys this quarter of gains. See if it'll show me too long of a range. Let's see if I can put in, what's the range? It'll let me. Let's start from the start of, let's try April 17th to today. Will it let me do that? It will. Okay, cool. All right, so here is my profit graph without fees included. All right, so here's my profit graph over the last 2 months on this account. That is my profit graph of the last 2 months of this account. Not too bad, right? Not too bad. Somebody wanted proof earlier. Like, this is proof of my, this is proof of my gains in this funded account. This is a $50,000 Apex funded account. And so I'll probably go ahead and try to process the withdrawal. I just hope none of these counted as DCAing, because like prior to the rule change, I did DCA, but that was before the rule change. So I'm wondering if they're going to reject it based off of that, and I'll have to keep trading for a little while longer to fix it. But yeah. Do you guys think Nvidia will get to 1087? I don't know, man. It would have to give a lot back. There's GameStop starting to dump here. So GameStop heading down. But not too bad. The NASDAQ has bounced essentially right back up here. Yeah, they're talking about getting rid of the DCA rule because they recently implemented it, but it's going to take time. They did a poll yesterday or something on it, so. All right, Nvidia shooting up. Again, we got about 20 minutes before the Jolts report goes live, chat. 20 minutes. Remember, the Jolts report goes live at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. All right, Nvidia starting to flush down a little bit. GameStop did bounce back. The NASDAQ is mostly middle range. Again, it could be just waiting. It could just be waiting. So, yeah, we'll see. All right, so Nvidia's so flat, though, the whole market might be waiting for Jolts. I'm wondering if Nvidia and the other blue chip stocks are going to move with Jolts.
Yeah, so again, markets are essentially flat right now. I don't know if I should trade anymore. We made enough today. We're up 730. The Jolts report, again, goes live at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so be ready. Jolts report goes live very soon. Yeah. So, be ready. Expectations for Jolts, you can see it below you, are 8.4 mil. Terribly saddened by the loss within a blink of seconds. Wish I subscribed to you before. Yeah, I mean, you just got to trade smaller, brother. That's the truth, right? You got to just trade small. Most new traders, the mistake they make is they trade too large. They simply trade way too large. Yeah, so again, I am getting a rhythmic alert. I don't know if my phone is just really late for Discord or what. Yeah, it looks like it is. All right. Nvidia second run. Yeah, Nvidia popping back up at 1150s. Again, this is the lifetime high up here. So this is the new lifetime high. I'm gonna get rid of some of these old drawings. This is the new lifetime high right here. I don't know why this. I like the 200 EMA, not this one here. Hold on. Here we go. That's better. We got the volume weighted average price of 200 EMA. I don't know. I don't know what the market wants. Higher than expected jolts typically signals economic growth, and the market might necessarily want that with inflation fears and worries, right? So lower than expected signals economic weakness, and so yeah, I think it's up in the air what the market wants or wants to see. All right, guys. So Jolts report goes live in a little bit over 20 minutes. Market is completely flat and sideways. Nvidia is reeling a little bit. AMC is back testing highs, though. Markets, again, I would just be careful. AMC almost going green on the day, though. GameStop sitting just under $27, $28 roughly is the previous closing price. Nvidia sitting right over the previous closing price as well. AMC is now technically green on the day, and the market is, again, flat leading into this chat. So
All right, so there goes GameStop rejecting at 27. Nvidia under the previous close, so Nvidia is technically red on the day now for at least a split second. Let's see if it actually holds though. But again, markets are flat. I'm actually green in equities on the day. I don't know how. Boeing is green. Let me see what else. We are green in Salesforce. Still green. That's nice. Green in Home Depot. Intel, we're still red, but that's all right. Green on Uber. Okay. Yeah, so kind of flat, but that's all right. Nvidia right at the previous close. Binance announced that they're going to begin listing low and mid caps. I don't know. So smaller crypto projects here. All right, guys. GameStop's there. Nvidia's flat. Market's pretty neutral here. All right, guys, we're kind of sitting here waiting. We got about 12 minutes before the Jolts report shows up. Again, we'll see what it looks like. How about Paul Skeens in baseball here? Paul Skeens doing things, breaking records. Again, we're green in equities on the day, mostly driven by Salesforce. Salesforce flying up. Should I take more off here? I could. We were right about that position too, man. I should have unloaded. I ended up selling a little bit of it for a loss just to limit my risk, but I shouldn't have. I would have made way more, but it's okay. Still right about the position though. Also, chat, leading into this here today, again, leading into this report, check out Chart Prime. Chart Prime is a TradingView indicator service you can use in stocks, crypto, forex, futures, anything with a symbol on TradingView you can use it on. And it's really interesting. I was always kind of skeptical of companies like this, these indicator companies that give you these custom TradingView indicators. But honestly, this company is the one that changed my perspective. Now, they're a sponsor of mine. I'm biased because they pay me money. So, of course, I'm biased. But again, I can't fake this. These do not repaint from my understanding. And again, backtest them yourself. Check out the strong signals is really where you want to pay attention. Like, look at the strong signals here and look at how well these work, right? So again, let's start testing them. All right, so look, strong signal here, beautiful breakdown. Strong signal here, beautiful breakdown. Strong buy signal here. This is like hours and hours of green action. Strong sell signal or strong buy signal there, hours and hours of green action. Strong sell signal there, beautiful drop. So all of these strong signals worked. Even if you look at the other ones, look, buy signal bounce, sell signal drop, buy signal bounce, sell signal. Look at the sell signal here, hours of red action. Buy signal here, hours and hours of green action. Sell signal here, hours of green or red action. Buy signal here, hours. Sell signal here, hours. Same thing. Again, backtest it yourself. It's genuinely impressive. I can't fake it. I can't guarantee you're gonna make money on it. $40 a month. Anything with a symbol on TradingView you can use it on. And there's so much stuff. Oscillators, backtesters. Check it out. I'll put the link up. Nvidia is holding its gains for a little bit here. So we'll see if Nvidia holds. What's the market expectations for the report? I don't know. There's the link if you want to check out Chart Prime. They are a sponsor. I'm biased. Yeah, I mean, again, I think it has to do with sentiment regarding meme stocks and hedge funds, corruption. People want to be against corruption, and that's what this has to do with. Is that people want to be against corruption, and yeah, that's why they do it. You know, a lot of people say that this thing showed a lot of corruption and they're against corruption, so they want these meme stocks to run to punish the people shorting it, which are hedge funds. You know. So we're dipping down some here. Nvidia now fighting that previous closing price. We got 8 minutes left, chat. 8 minutes left. We got about 800 people here live. Again, y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. We're trying to sit tight and just wait. Again, we made about 730 in profit today on Apex, so that's nice. We're actually green in equities again on the day, so that's cool. Mostly driven by like Salesforce, Uber, Honeywell. You can just use my link if you want to check it out. Again, I can't guarantee they're going to work. Nobody can. Backtest it yourself. I like it, but, you know, of course, I'm biased. But check them out. They're pretty fun. All right, so again, we are super flat leading into this Jolts report. Again, it kind of goes back. Remember my trading strategy of attacking choppiness leading into these reports. I think that's what we see here today. You know, I think that's what we see here today. That's kind of how I traded too. Like I was mostly attacking. Yeah. So yeah, apparently at my current level, I can request a withdrawal from Apex. I might just let it keep rolling though, to be honest. All right, so we're dipping down here, chat. We got 5 minutes before the Jolts report goes live. 5 minutes. We got over 800 people here live. Stick around. Jolts report expectations are 8.4 mil. Higher than expected signals economic growth. Lower than expected signals economic weakness. All right, so again, so Twitter/X announces they are officially allowing adult content on their platform. Oh Lord, man. That's going to open up the floodgates. They kind of already been teetering in that area, man. I don't know how I feel about that, man. I believe in freedom to do whatever they want to do, but I think they need to have some good... I don't know, man. Market wants less jobs? I think so too, but I think it also depends. I think it can vary a lot. Yeah, they need age verification for sure. All right, guys, we got about 900 people here watching here. Again, the NASDAQ has dipped down a little bit. We're waiting for the Jolts report. Expectations, again, are 8.4 million, technically 8.37 milli. We'll see what that looks like. Patiently waiting here, chat.
All right, guys. Sorry. Carol is terrible about timing, bro. Carol's got about the worst timing ever. All right, look at the NASDAQ breakdown ahead of this Jolts report. 3 minutes left, chat. Hit the live button next to the play button. Make sure your numbers, make sure you hit the live button again next to the play button. Also, hit the subscribe button, chat. Help me break 150K. We're getting so close. We're over 141, we're over 140,000. We're leading towards 141,000 subscribers. Hit the notification bell, hit the sub button. I appreciate it. Do it now. You know you want to. But yeah. Nvidia's breaking down. Yeah, I see all of them breaking down. Nvidia breaking down. NASDAQ's following it here. Again, maybe the Jolts report will help it. All right, here we go. 1.5 minutes left. 1.5 minutes. All right, guys, here we go.
This is the end of side 1 of this record. Please now, turn it over for the second side.
All right, 1 minute. 1 minute. Nvidia bouncing back. NASDAQ bouncing back. Again, very choppy leading into this report. Not a surprise. All right, guys, less than a minute. Hit the live button. All right, guys, 30 seconds. John, you better stop talking about the queen of the house or you'll be in the doghouse. I mean, I didn't even say anything negative. I just said Carol has the worst timing. She does. She'll agree on that, too. But no, she'll be all right. It's all in fun. All right, guys, here we go. All right, we got about 1,000 people here live. 5 seconds, chat, 5 seconds. Let's see what we get. Let's see how it moves markets here. Again, hit the live button. 8.4 million is what's expected. And there's the report. It's live. Factory order showed up 8 million. Lower than expected job openings. Lower than expected job openings. And the market is shooting up on this report. Shooting up on this report. 8.05 million. So roughly 8 million job openings. Much lower than expected jobs report. And the market is flying up. Market is flying up. Again, as we said, I think the market wants less economic growth. We got less economic growth, and the market is ripping on this news. Less economic growth showed. Market is flying up. Let's see if it actually holds. Again, sometimes the first move is the wrong move. The Jolts report did show up. Here's the number. Jolts report is live. Here's the number. 8.05 million roughly is what it showed up as. Market has reacted positively to this report initially here. Did react positively to this report. It doesn't matter, though. All right, so again, we are holding these gates. Nvidia is still red on the day, but the market is shooting up on this report. Jolts report came in lower than expected, noticeably lower. Not always the wrong move. You're still young, you'll learn they really don't care. I mean, Carol and I have been married for 14 years, or we've been together for 14 years. I mean, you know, we got kids and all that good stuff. All right, we're up to 18.63s. Nvidia trying to move up here. Again, we'll see if it holds. We're up to almost $1,100 or 1,100 people here watching, chat. I appreciate the love. Look at the market rip, still ripping up, breaking highs right now. Or it tapped highs. Nvidia over the previous closing price, so Nvidia is technically green on the day as well. My portfolio is nicely green too. Honeywell, I'm seeing what's driving this. Honeywell, Nike, helping this. Uber, what else is green? Salesforce, Airbnb, all green. Chewy. Yeah, so we're pretty green today. Yeah, Nvidia's shooting up. Again, we're already up about $700 on the day though, so I don't want to push too heavy. Yeah, I mean, the NASDAQ is technically green on the day right now. The SPY is still red, but the NASDAQ is green. It depends on what you're looking at. My portfolio is green, though, which is nice. Again, we're nicely green in my portfolio again today. So we'll take it. If you haven't already, again, if you want to day trade with me, you can see I'm up $700 on Apex on a 50K funded account. Apex is one of the most legit funded programs. They give you a demo, test your skill with the demo. If you pass the test with the demo, they fund you the same amount. Base one's 25K. You got to make 1,500 without losing 1,500 on the base one. If you do it, you get 25K in funding with a 90% split. If you lose, you're only out $25, which is roughly what you pay for it. For the time being, you can get the 250K challenge for only $18 after tax, $16 before tax. If you pass it, you get 250K in funding with a 90% split. Once you're funded, if you make 20K, you get to keep 18,000, which is 90%. You make 10K, you get to keep 9,000, which is 90%. Again, great way to learn how to day trade with some pressure, but if you lose, you're down much less than you would be putting 5K and losing that up. Much cheaper way in the futures market. You can day trade the S&P, the NASDAQ, currencies in some accounts. Great way to learn how to day trade, and the patterns are very similar to blue chips as well. If you want to check them out, here's the link. They are a sponsor. I'm biased because they pay me money, and so I'm biased. But if you want to check them out, here's the link. You can use coupon code BT, beginner trading. Understand CFTC 4.41 hypothetical or simulated performance have limitations and vary. We do trade off stream. You're not going to see all my trades. I don't even claim to be a good trader. Don't copy me. I'm out of breath. Anyways, can we agree the economy is now slowing? I mean, the market wants this. The reason the Fed is keeping interest rates high is to discourage the economy, to discourage spending. That's why interest rates are still high. You know, if you want to know why the federal funds rate has been maintained at a high level, it's because the Fed fears economic growth. Inflation is the bigger risk towards the economy. The economy can handle pulling back a little bit. Like no matter what, like the public is going to complain, right? Like a lot of people that want to have bearish sentiment will find a reason for it. And what I mean by this is like, okay, if the economy is growing too fast and inflation spikes up to 5, 6, 7%, what's the public going to say? They say, oh, it's the end of the world. Inflation has skyrocketed, guys. It's the end of the world. You know, how dare these politicians? It's the end of the world. Inflation has spiked. If spending slows down, right? And the Fed keeps interest rates high to discourage spending. They do so because when interest rates are high and people have to spend more money on mortgages and auto loans and all that stuff, they have less money to spend on other things. And so it slows spending down, and the Fed will do this intentionally to try to slow inflation down if inflation is out of control, which it has been over the last 5 years. And so, again, if it was the other side and the economy is slowing, and which is what the Fed's intention is to slow the economy. But if it's that case, the public will say, oh, well, the economy is slowing. We're at risk for a recession and depression. How dare these politicians? And so no matter what, the people are going to be unhappy. If inflation is a problem because of too much spending, they're going to cry about that. If the economy is slowing to combat the inflation, they're going to cry about that. And so no matter what, people are going to be upset. It's one thing that I've learned when you study economics is that people are going to be upset regardless of it. But I think having less jobs is good here because I think we need inflation to slow. We've already had massive spikes in inflation over the past 5 years, and prices don't really go down, they slow down. And so once prices go up, it's hard to get them to go back down. All right, so we do have a correction in Nvidia specifically and in the NASDAQ. But again, very choppy. We're at the bottom of the range. We'll see if that holds or if we break down. But yeah, with that said, prices have gone up so much over the last 5 years. We can't really handle them going up anymore. And so I think putting all our priorities on slowing inflation by pushing the economy down is necessary. I think we should keep interest rates as high as possible for as long as possible to discourage spending, because if we don't and inflation spikes, we got much bigger problems than slowing economy, you know. Hope that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, first move, sometimes the wrong move. You see that here. We rip up, and now we pull all the way back down. And we're at the bottom of the range now here, chat. I don't know what we're going to get. Again, we'll see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and close it down tomorrow. Guys, we got non-farm employment data. So we got non-farm employment change data. It's kind of prelim payroll data. So that'll give us another look at the economy. All right, so again, tomorrow we got non-farm employment change data dropping early at 8:15 market time. We also have services and global composite PMI later on in the morning. At 10 a.m. We also have the Bank of Canada interest rate decision. A lot of stuff tomorrow, bright and early. Economic reports tomorrow, guys. So again, we'll see what that looks like. Again, y'all be good. We'll see you guys later. Y'all be safe. Love you all. Have a great day. And again, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, team. Hit that subscribe button, chat. Continue to help me hit 150K. Help me get up there, chat. I appreciate the love. Thanks so much. Y'all have a great day.